just like Clockwork, right?
Tick-tock.
Clockwork Orange.
Yes. Little Alex.
Food all right. Try the wine. We're just going to have to wing it to begin with.
Flapping away.
You know, that's how we roll.
Into the dark night sky.
Into the dark night sky. No, we are waiting for our guest to arrive. I think he's gotten waylaid in traffic. Yes, he is on his way. I got a text from him.
Well, texting is the easiest way to make an excuse instantaneously that may or may not have any credence.
What are you saying?
I'm saying it's become a tool of the wicked. Or at least the tardy.
Of the tardy. Well, no, it's forgivable. It's entirely forgivable.
Sure.
But in the meanwhile, we will press on with our show. And I'll say, greetings yet once again, folks, from our humble little, yet still curiously icy chill Pico Studios, located in the penthouse way high atop the Twin Golden Eggs, just off the Beltway, near the brackish waters. You got nothing to say tonight?
I was purposely doing that.
I know, I'm
purposely being silent.
Conspicuous by your absence.
Yeah, Brack.
Thanks.
Those eggs were really pumping it out tonight. I'm telling you, it was the worst stench in a long time.
I'm glad the wind's blowing in the other direction. I know.
No, I went through there. I thought I was going to pass out.
I caught that last night.
It smelled fresh and wet.
You can tell fall is in the air.
Yeah.
Anyway, our estuary is affectionately known as Back River.
Brack River.
Which meanders as there you
to
are.
Those
You're back.
who know.
You're back now. You're brack now.
Brack.
You're kind of brackish after passing through that green
like
cloud.
Our guest has
Brack.
arrived.
Our guest has arrived.
Should I let Brack in?
You can let our brackish guest in. That's probably what hung him up.
Yeah, he passed out.
Which meanders its way to our beloved Chesapeake Bay in the perennial land of pleasant living. This is episode number 165, and he's supposed... He says from a distance he's letting our guest in to the studio. Of the Real-Time Music Network live Tuesday night internet radio call-in show. And this is a call-in show. Let me switch screens here and let you all know that our phone lines are indeed open. We do encourage our callers to call in. This is, after all, a call-in show. 443-216-9975.
Don't you mean Niner?
No. And you know why? Okay, I have a story about that, because you questioned me. You challenged me on that last week.
Well, it was a question.
Okay, you know why they say Niner?
So it won't be confused with Steiner.
With 5.
5 and 9 sound a lot alike.
They do. And when you're talking about old military radios, when you hear it sound like people are talking through a kazoo,
yeah,
they had to find some way to distinguish, especially if you're calling in vectors for a mortar attack or something.
Alpha, Zebra, Niner.
Okay.
Right.
But anyway, we're digressing again. 443-216-9975 is the number. This is episode 165. Come on in, Bob.
165.
Of the Real
And our
Time.
guest.
Oh, by the way, we're on the TV tonight, too.
Uh-oh. Oh, man, I wore my radio clothes.
He didn't tell me either. I would have dressed.
I thought you were, after that cute little black number you wore last week, I thought you were going to be dressing up for the studio.
I forgot.
I was going to be doing my pajamas tonight.
Yeah, the silk.
Yeah, of course.
Chinese.
How you doing, my friend?
I am doing very well, Lee. Great to see you.
Great to see you.
I'm glad I didn't bring my bass. It wouldn't have fit in here.
I told you.
Yeah, I know.
We've got a couple in the corner.
Oh, yeah, and
in the
they're left-handed, too, aren't they?
Probably.
Oh,
But strangely upside down the wrong way.
Well, We are in studio here with your always kindly co-host, Steptoe T. Magnificent.
Always kindly.
Sometimes kindly.
Sometimes kindly.
We're also having in studio with us Mr. Jeff Oliver. Sorry.
Hard name to pronounce.
Sorry, mister.
Like Olivier, but Oliver.
Right. Who has, much to his regret, agreed to step in and man the chat room, which is, incidentally, open, by the way. It's on rt-music.net. You can chat as a guest or sign up to be identified, or just chat unidentifiedly as a guest.
Or come in disguise.
If you don't feel like calling in, you have a question for our guest. Bob Bartram is here in studio with us.
How's everybody?
Just arrived. Did you hit that green cloud coming down the road?
I did. I made a couple wrong turns, too. I guess because I'm a truck driver. I think I know where I'm going all the time.
This is the third in our series of extravaganza showcase episodes, ramping up to this year's Stanstock 2015, the third annual gathering of what we lovingly call Maryland's ultimate musical family reunion. It's going to be held October 16th and 17th this year, returning to McAvoys of Parkville. 2 days, Friday and Saturday, 2 stages.
Inside and outside.
Outdoors and not so outdoors. Over 25 bands, over 100 musicians, dozens and dozens of loving volunteers, all gathering together to do some fundraising for some very worthy causes. The Nicole Van Horn Foundation, which is involved with dealing with pediatric cancer, and Catch a Lift Foundation, which is involved with veterans.
With catching lifts.
Giving lifts. And as I mentioned, we are privileged to have here in studio with us tonight for his return engagement on the Real Time Music Network, Mr. Bob Bartram from the Luthervillains. Luthervillains.
I've heard it pronounced many different ways.
Really? What are some of the other ones?
Villians is the most common.
Villians.
Yeah, and everybody seems to make that mistake, especially, well, I'm not going to name drop, but there have been a few...
Go ahead.
Name
That's
names.
why we're here.
That's all good. No, some places with some really nice LED brand new signs, and it's lighting up the night with the wrong spelling. But I've kind of stopped minding that because it seems like we get a decent crowd when it's spelled wrong. So.
Wow.
Have you considered
Maybe
changing the
there's
spelling?
another band.
Then they'd probably screw it up.
Get it right. Screw it up and get it right. So what's all this about cheeseburgers?
I don't know.
And where are the cheeseburgers, by the way?
I ate them on the way over here, man. Can't you tell? No.
Man, I'm hungry.
I don't know. It was our wonderful traffic reporter on 100.7 The Bay, Meredith.
I saw them. I saw those cheeseburgers.
They looked real cheesy. I wanted them.
They were very cheesy.
Yes.
They weren't only cheese. There was like meat in there, right?
I think so. I mean, I couldn't tell. I made the picture big and everything. Oh, where is the...
There's a lump of cheese in there.
Right.
We're going to have a cheeseburger segment later on.
Okay.
In fact,
that's fine.
we encourage...
Songs about cheeseburgers? Featuring cheeseburgers?
We're just going to talk about cheeseburgers.
About
the ways to prop...
Living in the USA. Give me a cheeseburger!
Oh, okay. All right.
I knew where he was going with that.
Yeah, it had me a little twisted up, too. Anyhow, we are on...
Cheeseburger will twist you up a little bit, too. That big lump of cheese.
We're broadcasting tonight via Google Hangouts on the air. Google Plus Hangout on the air.
Right.
You can tune in. You can be a fly on the wall and see us in our cramped little Pico areas here.
Or roach, if you prefer.
If you insist.
No bees this week.
Yeah,
No
man, we were
bees.
attacked last week.
We are bee-free this week. We had a bee. Was that last week?
Yeah,
I believe.
I thought it was week before last, wasn't it? Or I thought last week was
They all
spiders.
slide together
It's
today.
funny.
Oh, no, it was bees last week.
Greg had to catch the bee up there with the thing.
And it's funny you say that because I played a gig with Leather and Lace Sunday all the way down in Fredericksburg at this beautiful wooden structure that we were underneath, and it was a giant wasp nest that once we started kicking in the music, the vibrations started to agitate them a little bit, and they were
nice.
flying around.
Dancing.
The bottom end down.
Dancing in the air.
Yeah.
This is the time of year where they start to go a little mad.
Yeah, because they know they're going to die anyway, so they're like, I'm going to hurt you.
Sting as
Somebody
many
down.
humans as I possibly can.
Right.
That's it, man.
So life is good then.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I can't complain. Right now I'm, got my fingers in about 3 or 4 different things, and it's
cool.
It's all good.
We'll get to all of that.
Awesome.
Shortly. Don't you have a question to ask me, Steptop?
How's your weekend, Lee?
Wow. Well, it was a kind of a quiet weekend here in Lake Brackish. No, I didn't do anything musical.
No.
I had a family weekend. I got my granddaughter.
Don't you have a musical family? You come from a musical family?
Yeah. No.
No?
No.
Neither do I.
They're artful in other ways.
In my case, it's fairly obvious. Yours, it's a wonderment.
My granddaughter Marina joined us for the weekend, and we had an amazing time in Pennsylvania.
Did you go to Dutch Wonderland?
Even better than that, the Turkey Hill experience.
That sounds like ice cream is involved.
Ice cream is involved. Iced tea is involved.
Turkey
You ever been
Hill
there?
Farms, right?
Yes, I have.
Did you do the whole 9 yards?
No, we
make
were
the
there.
ice cream and all.
We didn't get to see the whole thing. I was there with some relatives at one point. It was very
You get
nice.
to make ice cream?
They give you a pint of ice cream, and they give you like all these ingredients. You create your own ice cream. I asked them for bacon flavored, but they didn't have bacon flavoring. They said, you're not the first person I
I was
asked for
going to
that.
say, I would think they get that all the time.
How about
now,
cheeseburger flavor?
since-
Did they have that?
Cheeseburger.
Can't escape. If you're in America, you can't escape from bacon.
Even though it was Amish country, they still didn't. They weren't so hot on the meats for the ice
Well,
cream.
they have nothing against meat.
They said they're looking into it, though.
Somebody bought my son some bacon soap one year for a birthday present, and he was all about that. So.
Truckers started following him around.
Right, exactly.
But you get to make your own ice cream. They give you the vanilla ice cream. You put flavoring in, and you put like nuts
Stuff.
and stuff, and then ribbons of things in there. And then they put them
And
in.
by that time, it's all melted, and you got
at
of
first.
glop.
Then they put it in a flash freezer. But the cool thing is, once you do all that, you go out and you can create your the container for it.
Oh, nice.
You name your ice cream, whatever name you
That's
want.
awesome. I gotta go up there and make some Luthervillains ice cream.
And then yes, and then afterwards you go into. They have a TV studio.
Okay.
And you do a bit.
You do a commercial, and they have teleprompters up there with the name of your ice cream in there.
Put that up on the website. That'd be awesome.
I'm waiting to get the link. I think they have to review everything first.
I would imagine that they would get
Before they cut
good
it
weird
loose.
flavors there.
So, but that was great. And
Triple X ice
my
cream.
my brother and his family also joined us too. We had a large time.
Mm-hmm.
This is right between York and Lancaster,
Right.
in Columbia, PA. If you
Sounds
get a
like-
chance to do it, you should check it out.
Sounds like Route 30.
Yep, all the way. And then afterwards, my brother said, we got to go to this Amish smorgasbord place.
Oh man, that sounds good.
They have bacon.
Shady Maple. It's like 15 miles past Lancaster,
Okay.
further out, like Ephrata.
Ephrata, yeah.
Yeah.
I was in Ephrata over the summer, yeah.
It's like a freaking mall. It's like a mall
An
of
Amish mall?
an Amish mall of food.
Wow.
Amish Mall.
It's like the parking lot it's like a mall-sized parking
With
lot.
a whole bunch of
Filled with
buggies.
carriages.
No, strangely enough, no. But there, I mean, it was like a mall parking lot on Christmas Eve.
Wow.
It was crazy. I had to park
How
like all
good?
the way down there. The place was jam-packed. They had more dining rooms than the Man on the Moon. And the food,
I guess
la la.
the Pennsylvania Dutch people were the ones who were working there, and then just other people would come to.
Evidently,
Okay.
yeah. Making a killing, too.
They like that.
Making a killing?
They like money.
Oh.
They're
Yeah.
very thrifty.
Well, that Amish farmers market in
hardworking.
Cockeysville is
Really?
yeah, oh, it's jammed every weekend.
Wow.
I also seem to live in a lot of haunted houses if you watch cable. Seems to be a lot of paranormal stuff going on in Amish country.
Really?
I'm serious. Totally serious.
Why is that, do you suppose?
Because they have so many rules that, they're bound to break them, and then they get shunned, and then they're, like, open to demonic influence,
Right.
and a lot of them commit suicide in the barn, and then their souls, shut forever, so the farm stays haunted, and they tend to stay in the same family for hundreds of years. It's a lot of stuff.
I'm gonna sleep with the light on tonight now.
For real. That's a lovely story, and you tell it so well, too.
Thank you. It shows you how much TV I'm watching these days.
You're right on it, man.
Well, I draw and watch TV.
Sunday, I dropped my granddaughter off back with her mom.
Filled with ice cream.
Filled with ice cream, one of the benefits of being a grandparent.
Right. Wind them up, drop them off.
And then we picked up chicks.
Chicks?
Yeah.
Little peepee ones?
Little peepee one. Wait a minute. Little
See?
peepish ones.
Peepish.
They had their chickens hatched.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
I
So,
know
of
somebody
course,
raises chickens in the city.
first question I ask, are you
Yeah.
going to eat them? No! They're pets.
Right. Well, that's... You become attached. How can you eat your pet?
If it's a chicken, I could.
Have you ever raised a chicken? Got to know a chicken?
Okay, we're talking hypothetically now.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, I have a friend who raises chickens in the city.
There's a crop of chickens.
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
In the city?
In the city. I'm not sure it's... I thought you had to have either... Maybe she does have permits. I know that, back in the days when they were phasing out a lot of animal life in the city, horses, donkeys, whatever. They did a thing on chickens. And then somebody told me it was only roosters you couldn't have because of the disturbing nature of roosters in the morning.
And I can totally understand
Right. So, who knows? But continue. I'm interrupting your peep story.
Well, no. And that's all that was. And then, on a sad note, Sunday evening, I visited the funeral home. Rob Fay's brother, John, passed away. Rest in peace, brother. And Rob, we wish you all peace and all the sympathies to you and your family.
Yes.
Yeah.
Indeed.
John was a, speaking of artists running in the family,
Right.
John was a graphic artist.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And he, in fact, little known trivia, he did the first Ravens graphic logo.
Really?
For us. Yeah, he worked at WBAL, and that is actually,
That
it.
one?
The very one you have on the Ravens EP, the
And the camera's not
1980
even
EP.
on.
Yeah.
I'd like showing.
So
It's
anyhow,
on, it's just
I just can't see it.
rest in peace, brother John.
I had the pleasure of meeting him just one time.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I mean, I only met Rob in like 2010, and but at Rob's, remember his 15th birthday party?
Oh, yeah.
I think what was it, the airport bar and grill, maybe
Right.
something like that rainy
Right.
night, and I think he was there that night, and I said hi to him that night.
You look like Locke from Lost.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw the picture that was up on Facebook. I thought he looked like the guy from Breaking Bad without the hat.
Or that. That'll work too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyhow, how about a song?
How about something cheerful?
Can we do, how about a birthday song?
How about one?
Yeah.
Whose birthday is today?
Well, I'm going to tell you, it's two of our friends' birthdays today. Dave Rohde
Club 66.
from Club 66 and our own beloved Russ Clark is celebrating his 29th birthday today.
Yeah.
So we have a special tune just for these guys and wish you all, guys, a happy birthday. And then we're going to back it up. We're going to follow it up with a song that we tried twice to play last week, but for some reason we kept getting phone calls.
We did.
We're unable to complete it.
This week we have none.
But this is for Russ and Dave. Happy birthday, guys.
Douchebag. Happy birthday!
Many years ago today, something grew inside of your
Bartram. That thing was you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the party. And as you well know, no party is complete without a birthday party clown. And we are one of the finest rock and roll clowns around. So please put it in your hands. You know, here comes the rock and roll clown.
Dr. Roxo, the rock and roll clown. I do cocaine. I hear it's somebody's birthday. I do cocaine. Dr. Roxo gonna make you a balloon, babe. Woo! Come on, girl.
He does cocaine.
We have to stop. We got a call. Is this a request to stop playing that god awful music?
No, not at all.
Hi there. Thanks for calling.
Just a request for somebody to call in on your selfless promotion. What's happening? What's happening, Bob?
What's going on?
How are you?
I'm fine. Sitting down here in Jacksonville, Florida, listening to you guys cracking on the radio.
Is it Jimmy Harcourt?
Yes, indeed.
I thought it was. What's up, bud? How you doing, man?
So what's going on, man? What do you prefer better, gas or charcoal for your cheeseburgers?
That's great. Let's get the cheeseburgers party started.
I prefer charcoal, man. I gotta go with the old school method. Yeah, if a push comes to shove, I'll do charcoal.
I gotta say, I'm a charcoal guy too.
Yeah.
Depends what kind of charcoal, though.
I guess. I mean,
you got to get the right.
I work for a gas company, so the propane comes fairly easy. So, I mean, that's usually the way I go. But
that's like King of the Hill, huh?
Propane.
Propane.
I had a propane grill. I must say it was convenient to go out there and hit the igniter and just start cooking.
But you can't get that charcoal flavor, though, can you?
Right.
It depends whether you want it.
You get the natural taste
charcoal
of the meat.
flavored. What if you just want the meat, right? You know, not the added hickory or.
That also affects the way the cheese melts, though, right?
I don't know. I imagine your temperature has something to do with the way the cheese melts.
I think Meredith had the grill cranked way up to get all that cheese to melt.
My God. She was a block of cheese. Did you see that, Jimmy?
I did cheeseburgers over the weekend, but they had mozzarella cheese on them.
Good man. Good man. I like them with that.
That's interesting.
And Swiss and bacon, that's a good combination.
Gorgonzola.
Yep.
Oh.
That'll work.
Man.
And,
Sliced ham.
oh, sweet.
Sliced ham. Learned that from the beef pits around Baltimore.
Oh, I bet
Sliced
that's
ham
good.
on your cheeseburger?
Sure, that's like Roy Rogers' Double R Bar Burger was
Wow.
a burger topped with sliced ham. I used to get them when we had Roy Rogers.
I tell you what I'm digging these days, too, man. The bison burgers. Those things are awesome. You ever had them?
It's a much
lean.
better meat than beef.
Yeah.
Really much better for you.
Leaner.
Yeah. Yeah.
They make a really good one up at the Still. Every time we play up there, I always grab one for dinner.
They have bison burgers at the Still?
Mm-hmm. Yep,
No
sure
kidding.
enough, do. Yeah,
The
very
Irish
good.
bison?
That I don't know. Probably.
I don't know.
Knowing them. So
How's the weather in Florida?
Oh man, it's fall. You know, the temperature dropped. It's no longer 90 degrees. It's dropped down into the 80s now.
Ain't that a drag? Get your sweaters on.
Yeah, right.
Bitch.
I'll tell you though.
Raincoat, man. It rains every day.
Ah.
I went to Disney one year in like November. We celebrated Thanksgiving, and it got down to like 60 degrees, and you wouldn't think that would be a big deal, but it felt chilly down there. It was weird.
Really?
Yeah.
Were people walking around with their blankets wrapped around them?
Yep. Yeah, they were.
They're probably freaking out. Yeah. I moved down here.
No shorts,
It's raining.
no sandals.
Right.
Right on.
I brought one pair of jeans with me. I had to wear them every day, washed them every single day.
When you're down there, you get climatized real quick.
Yeah.
I'm laughing at you, but I went up there back in 2012. I was up there in the end of August when it was a little cool, and I forgot to take long pants with me.
Nice one. You know, I was down there, I guess about a month and a half ago, and I thought it was great because I was in Lauderdale, and that's the off season.
Yeah.
Because it's so damn hot.
Nobody wants to be here in the summertime. I don't even want to be here in the summertime. Wintertime, it's great, man.
Yeah.
None of that wet shit on the ground.
Yep. Right on.
I was in the Panhandle a couple of years ago. It was really nice up there. What the hell was the name of that town we took a deep sea fishing boat out into? I can't remember the name of it.
It's Fort Walton Beach.
It's
Panama City.
neither one
Destin.
of them. Destin was it.
AJ's.
Yes.
AJ's in Destin.
Yeah, Destin it was the prettiest blue water I've ever seen in the Gulf right there.
Yeah.
God, it was nice.
And the beaches.
Yeah, I'm over on the east side of Florida, man.
Yeah.
Over here with Shinedown and Skinner's from.
Gotcha.
Jacksonville.
That's right.
Gotcha. So you're near St. Augustine, right?
I'm right by Jacksonville Airport. I'm right downtown. I'm 3 blocks away from the Jaguar Stadium.
Okay. Cool.
So are you a Ravens fan?
The 0-2 Ravens.
Even still?
Of course.
Okay. Not me, I'm fair weather.
Yeah.
Well, cool.
I'm sure by now Meredith wants to call in and complain about me commenting on her burgers.
We're waiting for her to call in. Meredith, come on, call in, girl.
She said she was going to.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
So.
Oh, well. So.
All right, well, I'll see you guys in November. Carl Palmer's playing at Dave's place up there. I'm coming up for that.
At
Nice.
Club 66?
Yes, indeed. I'll be up there.
Carl Palmer
Really?
Band? Wow. See, now you have news we don't have. We
Yeah,
live
you got
here.
the inside track there, man. What else is going up there?
Don't you guys pay attention to the Club 66 page?
I can't afford to pay attention.
Oh.
Yeah.
I guess we should pay more attention, put it that way.
Right on. Well, look us up when you get to town, will you?
Will do.
Come and do the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks
All
a lot.
right, guys.
Thanks a lot
Have
for
a good
calling in,
night.
Jimmy. You take care, buddy.
All right, take care.
All right.
Later.
Go.
Cool. So there, once again, we're playing a song.
Yep.
We get a call.
They don't like us to play songs, I guess.
Well, we're gonna sneak this one in. This is the one we tried playing last week, twice. Anyhow, we got through most of the birthday. Oh, before we do this, can you explain that birthday music?
Yeah.
That came from
Well,
you.
it came from a show, Metalocalypse, which is on Adult Swim. I think they're going into their 5th or 6th season. It hasn't started yet. It's a metal band that have become so rich that they're the 14th largest economy on Earth over countries.
Wow.
They're all like miscreants. 2 of them are Scandinavian, and the other 3 are Americans. And it's a show about their band. They live in a castle named Moored House.
They really do. This is really true.
No, in
Okay.
cartoon world, it's really true.
Well, that's real, right?
Yeah, okay. Yes, it is. But anyway, it's a great show, a fabulous show.
Do you think Russ would approve of that birthday wish?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I know Dave Brody
Right.
would.
Well, we were interrupted as Dr. Roxo, the rock and roll clown, was making a balloon bass for William Murderface, whose birthday it was.
Oh, can I get that left-handed?
Yes.
Awesome.
They haven't left-handed yet.
Yes. So
We're
anyway,
at a premium, too.
Oh, it's probably a $50 upcharge.
Yeah.
you have to see it. You know.
$100,050.
Right.
You can't explain a cartoon. You really have to see it. But
You
you
have
can
to see
buy
it.
all the seasons are all available.
I got you.
I'll bring them over, learn them to you.
The band?
Yeah, we'll have them on the show next
All right, that
next
sounds
time.
great. If we might could be able to pull that off.
Okay.
He enthusiastically said. All right, we're going to try this again. Love Like Violence from Canton, not Baltimore, Canton, Ohio. And their mission is to spread love like people spread violence. Or mayonnaise on their cheeseburgers.
Or viruses.
This is Let Go, the song we tried playing twice last week. Let's see if we can do a hat trick and get a phone call during this one. Just like clockwork, right?
Tick-tock.
Clockwork Orange.
Yes. Little Alex.
Food all right. Try the wine. We're just going to have to wing it to begin with.
Flapping away
You know, that's how we roll.
into the dark night sky.
Into the dark night sky. No, we are waiting for our guest to arrive. I think he's gotten waylaid in traffic. Yes, he is on his way. I got a text from him.
Well, texting is the easiest way to make an excuse instantaneously that may or may not have any credence.
What are you saying?
I'm saying it's become a tool of the wicked. Or at least the tardy.
The tardy. Well, no, it's forgivable. It's entirely forgivable.
Sure.
But in the meanwhile, we will press on with our show. And I'll say, greetings yet once again, folks, from our humble little, yet still curiously icy chill Pico studios, located in the penthouse way high atop the Twin Golden Eggs, just off the Beltway, near the brackish waters. You got nothing to say tonight?
I was purposely doing that.
I know, I'm
Purposely being silent.
conspicuous by your absence.
Yeah, Brack.
Thanks.
Those eggs were really pumping it out tonight. I'm telling you, it was the worst stench in a long time.
I'm glad the wind's blowing in the other direction. I know.
Now I went through there. I thought I was going to pass out.
I caught that last night.
It smelled fresh and wet.
You can tell fall is in the air.
Yeah,
Anyway, our estuary is affectionately known as Back River,
Brack River.
which meanders as there you
To
are.
those
You're
in
back.
the know,
You're back now. You're brack now.
Brack.
You're kind of brackish after passing through that green cloud.
Our guest has
Brack.
arrived.
Our guest has arrived.
Should I let Brack in?
You can let our brackish guest in, which that's probably what hung him up.
Yeah, he passed out.
Which meanders its way to our beloved Chesapeake Bay in the perennial land of pleasant living. This is episode number 165, and he's supposed to balance with Let Go.
Where you love like violence.
No, no, I don't think that's
By
their message.
Donovan?
Yeah, something like that. Hey, we're showing
yeah.
We're showing pictures
I
of
would stop in there.
former music stores in the area. Incontinence supplies.
Shine! I can
It is
imagine
kind of guitar shaped, though.
the boss says, "Can you shine me 15 bedpans for the window?"
Let's get out the buffer.
All right. We have anything from Steptoe? How was Steptoe's week this week?
It was okay. I went to the wonderful Hamden Fest.
Oh, I heard about that.
Hamden
My
Fest,
other daughter
yeah.
went there.
Okay. I stayed pretty
She didn't
much
tell me
at
about
the
it.
Chestnut Avenue stage.
Was there a plethora of musicians?
There was a plethora of great people that I know playing on that stage, and I heard a band I really liked that I hadn't heard before, called the GTVs.
What does that stand for?
I don't know, but they're out of Bethesda, I think, and the real lead is like a Hammond B3.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
And so they kind of, sometimes they sound like Booker T.
Okay.
Nice.
But then there's more of a rock and roll thing that they're generally doing, 3-part harmonies. They were really an exciting band to watch. So on that one stage was also the Idle Gossip, who we keep trying to get on here.
Well, hook them up, dude.
The Stents, who I've talked about many times on here.
And hook them up, too.
I
You've got a few slots to fill before the end of the year.
Jake Starr. And the
who is it?
Jake Starr.
Okay.
He's a little bit of a white blues R&B type guy, you know.
What are white blues?
Clap your hands. R&B, white R&B, rhythm and blues.
White R&B.
White R&B.
Yeah.
What is that?
Well, it's a white guy, you know.
Okay.
And they clap on 1 and 3.
Yeah, and dance and dance a lot.
And dance a lot. Right.
Yeah.
Badly.
So I spent from like 2 p.m. until 5 p.m. at this one stage.
Okay. Sounds like you had a great time.
Standing in the shade.
Did you get an ice cream?
No, I got several local beers, and that was about it. And a little sun.
Friend of mine's band, guy I haven't seen in years, guy named Kurt Deemer. I actually remember going to day camp with that dude years ago.
Yeah.
And I can't remember, he has a brand new band, and they played it on the Chestnut stage too. But it was early in the day. It was like something like 11 in the morning.
The Improbables played first, and I own one of their T-shirts. I don't know how I got it, but I'd never seen them either. They were really excellent. 3-piece.
I think that was it. Yeah, Kurt's a white guy about my age.
Play guitar?
Yep. Damn good one,
He
too.
was outstanding.
Yes, he's...
Can we get him on the show?
I'll contact him.
Let's turn some folks on to some great music.
I try.
I know you do.
They're
Speaking of great music,
they're hard to book.
How's our buddy Andy Bopp doing?
Andy Bopp just got out of the hospital, had his gallbladder removed the other day. If he's listening in, much health and healing to you, Andy.
That's right.
He's doing well. I mean, it sounded good.
Guess he wasn't using it.
I don't, what do you do? Process is something that you need to eliminate. I just wonder if you don't have it, how you eliminate it.
You just eliminate it without processing.
Put in filters.
I guess.
Like a Brita.
I'm not a doctor. Brita filter. I only play one on TV.
I'm watching this thing. There's a commercial now for these filters that they put in for people's hearts that have been like fragmenting.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
I'm like, geez, the operation is worse than the conditions.
They're not called stents, are they?
Stents? They haven't mentioned stent failure.
Okay.
Except for that guy at GBMC.
See if they make a Fram filter for your blood.
Fram. Yeah. Right.
Every 3,000 miles, you know.
Right.
STP.
STP blood treatment.
That's about all I did this
it
weekend.
For you, huh?
I missed Sean and Bond's birthday happening at the Raven Inn. Sean the booker and Bond works there, and his band played at the Raven.
They're part of your posse these days, right?
Huh?
They're part of your posse these days.
I guess.
Okay.
I should have been there.
Have you ever played there?
Where's this now?
The Raven Inn?
I know that's Loch Raven and Joppa right up there.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I have not played there. I've been to it.
They're booking music now.
Nice.
Should you want a
that's
spot?
right down the street from me. Yeah, that's
talk to Sean.
Convenient from anywhere.
Yeah, right off the Beltway.
Let's see.
You hear that, Sean? He always listens. He's a fan of our show here.
Awesome. He should call in.
No,
Sean, call
do they
in.
do full bands,
You got the
acoustic
number?
act?
Call
They
in.
do full bands, man. They do the whole.
Book the
Seppo just played
Luthervillains.
there last week.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, it was last week, right?
Love to do it.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out if my knees still hurt. Yeah, last week.
We not only do this show live every week that we can, but we're on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year with our radio station. Tireless. We have no tires. Bringing you the very best in
Driving on the hubs.
independent original music and independent programming. You can get our free Android and iPhone app. They're available. Search for Real-Time Music. Also, we're on iTunes Radio under the Alternative Rock category. Real-Time Radio Network. Ask for it by name. If not completely satisfied, return the unused portion for a cheery full refund.
I want a Cyborg app. Hello?
Wow.
Mention cyborgs.
I
I
know.
was doing that before.
Okay, well, here's a confession. I have a confession. I knew you weren't going to stop at Five Guys. So I stopped and got a cheeseburger on the way home.
In honor of the cheeseburger theme of the show, so now your stomach's going to rumble the whole show.
This is the Cheeseburger Stanstock 2015 episode.
All right.
I admit,
Featuring the Luthervillains.
I literally stopped at McDonald's and got one of those new gourmet cheeseburgers earlier today when all that Facebook crap was going on earlier. It was funny.
It's like a dessert hamburger.
Oh my god, yeah.
It's sort of gourmet and McDonald's in the same sentences, like bizarre.
I know. It's weird. It's weird going to McDonald's and getting like almost like a pretzel bun or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah.
You know.
A Royale with cheese.
It's like a fully loaded Kia.
It's one tasty burger.
Yeah.
We're always expanding here at Real Time Music Network, even more than just our waistlines from cheeseburgers. So there are several ways to listen to our station live. We also now have a couple of ways of listening to the archived episodes.
Or to listen dead.
From our website, rt-music.net, or iTunes podcast. Or you can actually, we have on the archive section, we have, if you're RSS savvy, whatever the hell that means.
RSS?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just a truck driver. I don't know what the hell that means.
It's Royal Steamship.
Royal Steamship. Okay. If you're Royal Steamship savvy.
For you steampunks out there.
Is that like a cruise from 1910?
Yeah, it's like, Queen Mary.
They're just too little.
You can
little too
steampunk
from
your
the
way
steam.
to your favorite through your favorite
Island of Paradise.
podcast app.
Your local iceberg cruise.
That's right. We probably don't have time. We're going to have to shift things up a little bit and do the tank now.
Good, I need a cigarette. Sorry, I didn't say that. Hey, Tank.
And then afterwards we'll do
Get that phone ready.
Music news and community.
Put the bong away.
And I want to add one to your music news.
What's that?
I want to add one to your music news.
I was looking on Maryland Party.
Yeah, I just added it last night.
Oh, okay.
Dan and I are going to play the guitar player / lead singer from the Luthervillains.
Yes.
We're playing at the Still this Thursday.
Thursday
Yes,
night.
two-piece acoustic. Yep.
Okay, we'll definitely get in there because then we got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday to come.
Yep, and that's 9 p.m.
You calling Tank?
Okay, and call as long as we know.
Okay, the opinions expressed in the next segment do not necessarily reflect those of the Real Time Radio Network.
Run for the hills, liberals.
But they might.
Here comes the Tank.
And according to Tank, the opinion should be ours.
The opinions...
Mr. Townsend, I presume.
You are presuming correctly. Now, did you order the Kung Pao chicken?
We're still trying to get to the bottom of that order. Because it's cheeseburger night. No Kung Pao chicken tonight. Cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger only.
Holy cow, what the hell have you all been smoking?
Something you haven't. How you feeling, my friend?
I'm feeling good. How about you?
You sound like you're on an iPhone.
I sound like I'm what?
On an iPhone. See?
I am on an iPhone.
Okay.
Do they have a distinctive sound or something?
Absolutely. It sounds like, wait a minute, I'm getting something. You're counting down the days. Till you can get an Android.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I was like, what are you talking about?
You have 8 days, my
now
friend.
I'm back on track.
Okay.
Maybe I'm the one that's smoking.
Right, what are you smoking?
We know if you're in the garage what you're up to.
I'm in the garage. I'm in the garage.
Say hello to Bob Bartram, our special guest of the evening.
Oh, hi, Bob.
What's going on, Ron? How are you, bud?
I'm doing well. Bob and I've tried to get Bob on at least 2 projects so far, but he's a busy man.
He's holding out for more money.
More pizza and beer. That's all I can pay anybody is pizza and beer.
So what's new and thrilling on the Ronnie Bus?
Let's see. We are auditioning for roles in case anybody wants one. I need some like rocker looking people. They don't have to have, if they have musical ability, that's awesome. But if they don't, it doesn't make any difference at all. I just need people that look like rock stars. Tall, thin, hair, blah blah blah.
Well, I'm not raising my hand. I'm sorry. I don't look the part very well.
Are 60-year-olds acceptable?
Me either. So, but I tell you, the 3 roles that I really would love to try and fill, and I'll take any if or all. I need a Billy Joe Armstrong, the guy from Green Day. I need a Michael Stipe, and I need a Neil Young lookalike. They don't have to even be able to talk. They just sort of have to look like them, where we can do the big overdone cartoon sideburns and 8 feet of their hair so they can be Neil Young, and they come in without having shaved for 5 days, that type of thing.
I've got a Neil Young for you.
Do you?
Yeah, Dave Woodworth.
If he's interested, it pays pizza and beer, but it's going to be a hoot and a holler. Oh my God, we started writing the script for a satirical one for Mr. Trump, where it's pro-Trump, but it's poking fun of him, it's poking fun of me, it pokes fun of everybody, and I'll tell you, the one bit, and I've been dying to tell you this joke all day long. Picture Trump. We're auditioning parodies for him. And he's already hated 2 of them, and they're just quick. It's just the song, the quick 2-6 seconds of the chorus, and he hates both of them. And the third one, I say, well, Mr. Trump, I've got another one for you, and I'm pitching these parodies to him, and it's going to be, how about Sinead O'Connor? And she's going to sing "Nothing Compares to Trump." And I've got a guy, Lee, I swear, he does a pretty good Donald Trump, and we're going to overdo the hair, blah, blah, blah. And he's going to look at me and say, Sinead O'Connor, no. If I wanted an ugly broad, I'd call Rosie O'Donnell. And if I wanted a no-talent hack Irish musician, I'd call Martin O'Malley.
Whoa. Don't give it all away now. Don't give it all away.
No, that one, J. Doug Gill and I were working on that one today. It's like, oh, dude, that's comic gold. We get to slam Martin O'Malley in a video. I love it. So, yeah, so I've got the Donald Trump. I have all of the suits. I have a pro crew coming out, the real deal. Coming out to do video and sound for us for the shoot, and I need a bunch of rocker-looking people. So,
Wigs.
So we're gonna. I need rocker-looking people. I need people that could be. Do you remember House of Pain? Jump, that song.
I don't. But
House of
jump up and jump around.
Jump up and get down.
Right.
Right. Jump
Sure.
up and get down. That's it, exactly. Well, that'll be. I need the Irish white rapper-looking dudes with the tattoos and the thin goatees and the bandanas and ball caps and blah blah blah.
When is this shoot going to happen?
What's that?
When is this shoot going to happen?
You know what? I'm waiting to hear back from Harry Herberger, who is the guy that does all the video for Lee Dahl, And they just did one that it's just brilliant. The stuff that they're doing is really good stuff. And the one that I really fell in love with isn't even Lee's song. It's a band, a bunch of young guys called Clear for Takeoff. And Brendan, I can't even remember his name, but they just wanted Lee to be in it because they thought he was a hoot. And they came out, and the kids are graduates from some film institute. And I mean, dude, I'm not kidding you. It looks like something that Hollywood did. It's as slick and awesome as it gets.
Nice.
Big props to these guys, man. It looks like anything that George Lucas or Steven Spielberg could have put out. It's that high end of video, and everything about it is pro all the way, man. They did a phenomenal job.
You should do a feature.
What's that?
You should do a feature.
You should do a feature. You should find these guys. They're amazing.
No, feature film.
Yeah, dude, I can't even afford to do the 3 and 4 minute things that we do. I told somebody the other day, I said, you know what? Just all the props for the Muslim video that we did cost over $100. And, you know, it's like, right, a couple of yards of fabric here, this prop at, you know, Party City, and it was $100. It goes fast.
When you're on a fixed income, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When no one's footing the bill but you.
Right.
So, but you know what? That's not true. We're starting to make a couple of bucks on YouTube, and I mean truly just a couple of bucks. Doug Gill got his first commission check in the mail today from YouTube, and you know, what the heck? I can remember starting out with 1,900 views. I was walking around as a proud peacock, and you know, we've got 2 videos that are about ready to go through 200,000. One is
awesome.
Right.
well
If it's not 6 figures, don't even talk to me.
Right.
Well, I mean, if it doesn't hit $100,000 anymore, I feel like I didn't do a good enough job. And like I said, literally a year ago or so, at 1,900 views, man, I was walking around just strutting my stuff. Yeah,
Hell, I'd be happy for 100 views.
Hey, Ron, I followed some of the stuff you were doing with the Hillary video and your battle with YouTube and people complaining about it and whatnot. And I'm just want to say I'm glad that you won that fight, dude.
Is this Bob?
Yes, it is.
Well, you know what's really funny, dude? We won the battle against Cobalt Publishing Company.
Okay.
But I lost the battle with garbage.
Oh.
The publishing rights people, you know, they backed down. They sent me the nasty grams and all of that stuff, but we had to, all the money up to 1 million views went to Butch V and the rest of the band, Shirley Manson and whoever's name's on that song. And once it hit 1 million, because I didn't want to do anything to jinx it or change it, and once it hit 1 million, I took that's one of the few things YouTube lets you do. I took the song out and just replaced it with some free copyright music that they allowed.
Oh.
It doesn't have the same impact. It
Right.
slowed down because that soundtrack just made it, man. I mean, it was
Right.
the perfect song for it.
I saw.
Yeah, thank you.
I saw that video. It's very well done. Yeah, it's good stuff. I was into YouTubing for a little while, a few years ago. I've been out of it for a while, but I had a couple videos that surpassed 100,000 hits myself, and it's a great feeling.
That's
yeah.
rare air, man. Congratulations.
So, thank you. Just goofing around on the bass, pretending to be Cliff Burton, but I look a little different.
Oh, I remember that series you did.
Yeah, I don't look anything like him. So.
No, I remember your series.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Cliff still has his hair, does he not?
Probably.
No, he was on that metal show not too long ago.
Oh yeah. They
have guys stand in and play the breaks.
Right.
And they had.
So hey, Bob, when you get a chance, man, you have to go back. The film, something happened with the whole thing with the camera, and it's such a shame because Jim Stewart, the stage manager for Leather and Lace, which you of course know,
right?
And then Henry Liggenfelder came down and did this video with me along with Alex and a lady. And when you get a chance, it's called the Muslim Entertainment Tonight. And I mean, the film just got, it was heartbreaking. And it just, I didn't want to go and reshoot it again. It was too much to get everybody down. But that's one of the ones that I'm pretty proud of, man. We produced that whole thing from scratch, all the jokes, everything with it. And Henry and Jim, they brought their semi-automatic weapons down to make it look authentic with the big.
Did you swear them to secrecy? Because Henry didn't tell me anything about the experience of filming. And
oh my God, we had a blast with this thing. We were laughing so hard. I mean, picture these two all in black with bandoleros, with their machine guns, with big black kerchiefs around their heads and sunglasses on, and Alex with his towel and turban. Dude, I told him, I said, I'm laughing just looking through the viewfinder, setting up a shot, for crying out loud.
Oh,
but they were aces. And the one part I was so heartbroken because Henry came up with a really good joke. He's like, and he told me, and we worked it out, but the audio was so muffled you couldn't even tell what either one of us said. But so Henry's standing back there, and they don't move through the whole thing. And so Henry was going to let his gun start drifting down further and further and further, and I was going to yell, I'm ready, put your gun back up. And he's like, but it is so heavy. But, oh my God. Oh, dude, it's a pun fest. It's a pun a second with, I end up being, you know who Perez Hilton is. I end up being the Fez Hilton, and my Muslim robe is purple, and I've got big oversized gold sunglasses on. Oh my God, it was all we could do to get through because we were laughing so hard.
Oh my God, I got to check that out. That sounds hilarious.
Yeah, so the Fez Hilton was talking all about that previously. His scoop was someone searching through the funky old Medina archives found a previously undiscovered recording of Sunni and Cher. And it was a revisit of their old classics, The Bleak Goes On, and I Shot You, Babe.
No.
Oh, dude,
God.
I'm telling you, it's every Muslim stereotype sent up that you can imagine. We just had a blast with this thing. Oh my God! And like I said, I was devastated that the film ended up not right. It's not even low res. It's ridiculously bad. But we did the best that we could with what we had to work with.
you should play that to your advantage. They have some very low quality propaganda films from the caves of Afghanistan.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's supposed to be like community TV. If you're familiar with the old radio show on NPR called A Prairie Home Companion,
Sure, Garson.
Sure,
right.
Well, ours is a desert home companion.
Just like Clockwork, right?
Tick-tock.
Clockwork Orange.
Yes. Little Alex.
Food all right. Try the wine. We're just going to have to wing it to begin with.
Flapping away.
Just like Clockwork, right?
Tick-tock.
Clockwork Orange.
Yes. Little Alex.
Food all right. Try the wine. We're just going to have to wing it to begin with.
Flapping away.
That's how we roll.
Into the dark night sky.
Into the dark night sky. No, we are waiting for our guest to arrive. I think he's gotten waylaid in traffic. Yes, he is on his way. I got a text from him.
Well, texting is the easiest way to make an excuse instantaneously that may or may not have any credence.
What are you saying?
I'm saying it's become a tool of the wicked. Or at least the tardy.
Of the tardy. Well, no, it's forgivable. It's entirely forgivable.
Sure.
But in the meanwhile, we will press on with our show. And I'll say, greetings yet once again, folks, from our humble little, yet still curiously icy chill Pico Studios. Located in the penthouse way high atop the Twin Golden Eggs, just off the Beltway, near the brackish waters. You got nothing to say tonight?
I was purposely doing that.
I know. I'm
purposely being silent.
Conspicuous by your absence.
Yeah, Brack.
Thanks.
Those eggs were really pumping it out tonight. I'm telling you, it was the worst stench in a long time.
I'm glad the wind's blowing in the other direction. I know.
No, I went through there. I thought I was going to pass out.
I caught that last night.
It smelled fresh and wet.
You can tell fall is in the air.
Yeah.
Anyway, our estuary is affectionately known as Back River.
Brack River.
Which meanders as there you
to
are.
Those
You're back.
who know.
You're back now. You're brack now.
Brack.
You're kind of brackish after passing through that green cloud.
Our guest has
Brack.
arrived.
Our guest has arrived.
Should I let Brack in?
You can let our brackish guest in. Which, that's probably what hung him up.
Yeah, he passed out.
Which meanders its way to our beloved Chesapeake Bay in the perennial land of pleasant living. This is episode number 165, and he says from a distance he's letting our guest in to the studio of the Real-Time Music Network live Tuesday night internet radio call-in show. And this is a call-in show. Let me switch screens here and let you all know that our phone lines are indeed open. We do encourage our callers to call in. This is, after all, a call-in show. 443-216-9975.
Don't you mean Niner?
No. And you know why? I was just going to ask you about that.
Were you?
Yes.
Yeah, I had a dream today that the Pope's speech to Congress, he got up and went rogue, man. He announced that the Vatican was behind the anonymous hacks that have been plaguing the United States. And he pulled out a disc and he said, we have all the information right here. He said, first of all, we have all the names of the Ashley Madison cheaters, and half the room empty. He said, we also have all the information of the IRS scandals where bribery has been happening with very big corporate outfits, both in the United States and overseas. And the rest of the room emptied out. And he said, and I found out that the media is complicit in all of this. And all of the media left the room. And he turned around, and it's just the Pope and Obama and Biden and Boehner sitting there. And the Pope says, how come you guys haven't run out the door? And Joe Biden says, you know what? I only play stupid. I'm actually pretty smart. And I have a disc here. Since the early 40s, we've been videotaping all Catholic churches, and we have all the videotape evidence of little boys being abused, and the Pope fled the room.
Wow. That's quite a dream.
He'll be here all week, folks. Try the veal.
Try the veal.
Well, the Kung Pao chicken.
And the Kung Pao chicken. Thank you, Ron.
Thanks, guys. We'll talk to you soon.
We'll see you next week. All right.
Fire a salvo.
Oh, my
Wow.
God. I actually believed him for a minute.
Well,
I guess it's a left-handed bass player thing. You were hanging on the edge of that the whole time, too,
I was.
right?
I was. Seeing where it was going to go.
Until he said Obama, then that kind of clued me in.
Right.
Anyhow. So, Stanstock.
Yes.
You guys are coming back.
We are. We are.
And you're playing what day and what time and where?
Saturday on the main stage outside at 1:15.
Saturday, 1:15. We've got a prime time slot.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Awesome. Awesome.
Really looking forward to it, and we got Amy Stroh with us now.
Amy is singing with you?
Yes, and so now we're a 5-piece.
Okay.
And, Dan Skeen, as amazing as he is with most of the male lead vocals,
right,
is now augmented by Amy with some spectacular...
Who's just as amazing on the female end.
Right. And then between me and Dan and Amy and, Pete, too. Pete sings, and we're working on a whole lot of the real nice 3-part harmony stuff.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so it's really filling things out. You know what I mean?
That's really nice. That's really nice to hear. Plus, this year, you're going to get a longer set. Mm-hmm. They've extended the play times for musicians.
They have.
You're doing in a full hour.
Mm-hmm.
1:15
Is that everybody?
2:15. Aren't you playing?
Yeah, we're playing.
You're playing an hour?
Well, no, we're the last band to play.
So you can play all night if you wanted.
Right. I was thinking of inviting people up.
Really?
And, jamming.
Jamming,
man.
Jamming?
I've got a lot on my plate that day. That's
Are you doing a double that day?
Yeah.
Really? Were you playing that evening?
Well, actually, it's a triple because I feel like Fahey here.
Yeah, right.
No, I'm playing 1:15 with the Luthervillains, and then I'm coming back at 3:45 with Leather and Lace.
Oh, right.
Playing there, and it's cool because in between those two bands is Rob Fahey and the Pieces, so that's going to be awesome.
You don't have like a happy hour to play in that hour?
Actually, it's funny. Later on, we're playing the Still. The Villains are going to be at the Still that night, so I'm going to have some tired fingers on Sunday morning.
Well, thank you for doing that. That's really cool, then, to make the time to do that.
Not a problem at all. It's just the way the cards fell, and
it's a great cause, man.
It is. It really is.
And I know everybody on the staff is grateful to you and all the musicians that are donating their time.
Thank you. Yeah, it's an amazing thing, and it's a privilege to be a part of.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So you were at Stanstock 2014, too.
Yes.
When they had it at Timonium. Yeah.
Yep. And, we played towards the end of the evening. I think we were the second to the last band that day, and we worked, I guess, cut off a little short because of the little ceremony that was right before. I think it was the Journey band played last with Farouk. Right. So Eclipse. Right. Yeah. So, but that's that's all good.
Awesome. Well, you'll have a whole hour, so you make up the time this year.
Can't wait.
So that's October 17th at 1:15 p.m. Luthervillains. 5-piece. Now, you've been performing as 5-piece for a while now?
Since, I'd say probably since January or February. We started mixing Amy in here and there.
Right.
And then we brought her in full time when when I kind of knew from the beginning, but convincing everybody else that she was worth, bringing in as a full-fledged member and not just an occasional person to bring in for some of the larger gigs. You know what I mean? So, we've only played probably 5 or 6 gigs with her full tilt.
Right.
We actually had about a 2-month break over the summertime, and it was all due to overlapping vacations. Stu
scheduling. Right.
Stu Cohen, our rhythm guitar player, was in Australia and New Zealand for a month.
And who can blame him after all?
He's
that's bucket list stuff.
He came back though, right?
That's where they filmed Lord of the Rings. Man, there's some great scenery down that way.
In New Zealand,
And Nose Island.
Yeah. And our drummer Pete Kuhn, as soon as Stu came back, Pete and his family went to Iceland for 2 weeks.
Reykjavik?
That I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I saw some really cool pictures with the vents and the volcanoes and the hot spots and
the black sand and all that stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Bjork's wardrobe.
It's Bjork.
And I was before all that. I was away for about 10 days. No real grand destination like that, but I was in the mountains of Western North Carolina with my family for about 10 days.
Oh, really?
So that was. But all these things overlapped, so we didn't have a full gig for close. It was just about 2 months.
So you're starting to work more now.
Yes.
The schedule's picking up.
Yes.
How often are you guys playing?
It's gonna be 2 to 3 times a month.
Awesome.
So, which is right about where we want to be because 3 of us Well, Stu and Pete and myself, we all have full-time day jobs,
Right.
and we all have kids that are young. I mean, my son is 15, my daughter's 12, and I have to perform the necessary fatherly
Of course.
duties and whatnot.
Which you gladly do.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Like bringing them along to gigs and leaving them. Well, never mind, I won't go there.
Right.
But
Opening up a bar tab.
Right.
Now,
But-
even better, put them to work behind the bar.
right. Well,
Bar backs.
Or roadieing.
Well, my son is 15 now, and he's taller than me, and he's playing football, so he's strong enough to roadie. It's just a question of being careful with the right items and not slamming delicate things accidentally. So
he's not a musical guy?
not really. No, he messed around
He's a
with
jock.
He's definitely a jock. He's watching college football like 6 hours.
What about
every
your daughter?
Sunday. My daughter is definitely musically oriented. She plays the flute.
Left-handed?
That would be weird. I guess
I know, right?
I've never seen that before. I wanted to. So Katie, she plays the flute, and we've got her. She has a couple flutes now, and I bought her a book of flute solos by Ian Anderson, which is obviously a lofty goal, but she knows how to play the solo in Bourrée.
Really?
Yes, she can do that, and
Very cool.
I am excited to see what happens on October 10th, the week before Stanstock. We're going to Nashville for an extended weekend.
Yeah.
Holly Brogenier, who sings for several species,
Yeah.
her and her husband Carl have a big party once a year called the Doghouse Party, and it's a bunch. Carl puts together the stage in this big garage they have, and it's a bunch of musical acts.
It's in Nashville.
Yes, it's in Nashville.
Very cool.
So I'm doing 2 sets there, one with a friend of mine, John, just acoustic. We call ourselves Hop and Barley.
Which one's Hop?
Well, he's the one that brews the beer, and when we both drink a lot of it, so
Okay.
I guess it could go either
Maybe
way.
it's
but-
interchangeable.
Right. So, but Katie's going to be down there with me, just me and her, my wife and son.
And
are
you
staying
never
home.
know who you're going to run into
Yeah.
down there.
Oh, yeah.
Also.
Yeah, I think
Funny
we
thing about that town.
I think we might see Ira Kessler down there.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
because
right.
Oh, that's right. He's down there
right,
now.
yeah, and
So
he
Tim Camp,
right,
if he's
and-
in town.
So I just messaged Ira Kessler briefly, and he he really wants to come to it, and I see
Oh,
no reason
great.
why he can't.
That'd be great, man. That'd be great.
So we're going to do that and come back in the following weekend to Stanstock.
Now, you do a duo, too. Mm-hmm. That's Hop and Barley.
Though the Hop and
No, it's not Hop and Barley.
the Hop and Barley is a one-off thing with my friend John.
Okay.
That's just for the party in Nashville.
But you do something with Dan.
Right.
Okay.
And we're just calling that the Luthervillains acoustic duo until we can find another name for it.
What about them filthy hippies? No.
Damn filthy hippies, yeah.
Damn filthy hippies, yeah.
But Dan and I have played acoustic about maybe 6 times this year, and we have another one coming up just in a couple days. And we will be at the Still on Thursday night.
The Still.
The
Doing
Still.
a duo Thursday night.
Correct.
What are the hours?
9 p.m. till somewhere around 12. It depends on how many people are there.
Right.
So, but we
And you have to get up because it's a school night.
Yeah.
Did I? No, I shouldn't have brought that up. Sorry.
It's okay.
Well, that's a perfect segue here. Mm-hmm. So we can get into, and we'll repeat it in just a moment.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
We're going to do a music news.
Oh, we got.
And now, the music news.
That's right. That's right. This music news and community calendar.
Comempty.
Community. That's the way Doris down in
see.
southwestern Virginia used to call it. And
Okay.
in honor of her, I always call it community calendar. This is brought to you by our friends at MarylandParty.com. MDParty.com, your ultimate party guide. Wednesday night, of course, as always, Jazz Night at Costa's on North Point Boulevard. This week, I don't even know who it is. Do you know who it is, Steptoe?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I'll be there.
You'll
Sure.
be there
Surely.
seating people as they come in, getting
just
them
look
good
like
seats.
a completely different person.
I know. Well, you'll be incognito.
Right.
Thursday night,
Thursday night.
it's going to be the Luthervillains Unplugged acoustic
Duo.
Oh, because you're still going to be plugged.
Yeah, technically, right.
Right. Or get plugged.
Well, we're getting a plug right now. How
Getting
about
a
that?
plug right now, right. That's at the Still, Thursday night, 9 till.
Yes, 9 till we're done.
9 till you fall asleep.
Pretty much.
Okay. Cool.
So
You have enough music for a whole night?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
We do a lot of it is similar to what the Villains do as a full band. It's probably 3/4 similar to that.
Just no drums and no other guitar.
No drum, just me
And no-
me beating on that big old bass. With,
Oh, you do the acoustic bass?
yeah, the acoustic bass.
Oh, cool. That you were going to bring over.
That was, but it wouldn't fit into this room. It's too large.
It's a left-handed acoustic
Left-handed
bass.
acoustic bass.
Ain't you the one?
It's so rare it doesn't even exist.
I know. I know. $50 upcharge. Let's see. Friday night, September 25th. Cockeyed Jr. at Carson's Creekside in Middle River. Doc Roger and the Rock Dodgers at the Holiday House in Baltimore. You're familiar with them.
Yes, one of Chelsea Graveyard's late members was in Doc Rogers for a while.
He's not late? Oh, he is late.
He is late.
Right.
Yeah, Steve Casey.
Right. Fire Within is at Sylvester's in Essex. The Karma Sharks with a Z.
With a Z.
Yeah, Z-A-R-M-A. At the Ott House in Emmitsburg. You ever play there?
I've heard of it now.
You ever play there?
I've never played there, but I've heard of it.
They
Really?
don't let me cross the line into Emmitsburg anymore.
Okay.
Banned from Emmitsburg.
Uh-oh.
That's a whole nother story.
Right.
Is it Frederick County?
I think it is. Does
Probably.
Jethro have anything to do with
That's
it?
what I was going to say. My erstwhile southern cousin and his happy juice.
Rheumatism.
That's it, rheumatiz.
Right. The New Sensations with a C at Parker's in White Marsh.
The New Sensations with a C. You
Yeah.
mean like C-E-N?
Yes.
Like Centurion?
Well, either that or it's New Kensations.
Yeah. New Kent Station.
New Kent Station, no. The Rat-a-Paca is at McAvoys in Parkville.
Love those guys.
They add
I do
A's
too.
to their band name.
What?
Rat-a-Paca.
Rat-a-Paca. Yeah, the Rat-a-Paca. Saturday, September 26th. Against the Grain at the Office in Pasadena.
Saturday.
Bad with Names, who Greg was mentioning last week. They'll be at Looney's Pub North in Bel Air.
Saturday.
Big Jack at Stables in Westminster.
Saturday.
Core returns to McAvoy's in Parkville.
Saturday.
Dumpster Fire at Sylvester's in Essex.
Saturday.
That's an awesome name.
Dumpster Fire.
I love that.
I know. Right? You could go see TF tonight.
Yeah, man.
And speaking of the devil, the new romance at the Riverwatch in Essex.
The devil, you say.
You can find out who's playing anywhere on any day at MarylandParty.com. Oh, shoot. What the heck? I'll just let this guy tell you about it. We'll be right back.
Want to find out the latest in what's going on in the Maryland music scene? Go to MarylandParty.com, the official Maryland online party guide. That's MDParty.com, where you'll be able to get in on the latest happenings in the Maryland entertainment scene. Artists, if you're not listing your dates on MDParty.com, you're missing out. Check it out, MarylandParty.com.
And just like that, we're back.
How did we get back that quickly? Time travel.
As if by magic.
As if.
One of those myriads of buttons over there that I have no clue what it controls.
That's all right. I don't either.
Okay.
He just punches stuff, and we're really lucky to be broadcast at all.
He plays a radio host on TV.
Right. That's right. Oh, my God.
WKRP in Cincinnati.
So, in fact, we are here in studio with our guest, Mr. Bob Bartram from the Luthervillains. And this is our third ramp-up episode. Pre-ramp-up. No, it's not pre-ramp-up.
No, pre-Stanstock.
Pre-Stanstock 2015 ramp-up. Thank you very much for parsing that out for me.
I know how you've been having trouble lately with your mouth.
I get most of the letters right. Of just the word
Sometimes
order
it's
is a
just
little
not
dyslexic,
English.
That's all. Right.
It's one of those left-handed bass player things. 'Cause I do
I
it.
think that's what it is. Bob and Company will be performing at Stanstock this year on the outdoor stage October 17th at
Yes.
1:30,
1:15.
1:15,
1:15.
hour.
And when I say 1:15, I mean sharp.
Oh yeah, we're
They
gonna
are
be there.
sharp.
Yeah. There's a great crew of volunteers, great stage crew. They keep everything running
Yes.
very smoothly.
Nice back line and everything. And,
Yep. And they make sure and take care of everybody, and it's just a wonderful experience. It's
Yes.
a great experience for the fans and the public to come out and listen to hear some great music and get to support a couple of very worthy charities.
Yes.
And just treat everybody great. Everybody has a great time.
Yeah, we had a blast last year. Everybody was so nice to us, and being able to play in front of people who were coming in from out of state, and they who knows when they would
Around the world.
right?
People
Right.
come internationally to this. To this,
And we got a lot of positive. We got a lot of positive responses from Stanstock last year. In my conversation with Tom Carson a little bit earlier this year, it was very, very, positive, and filled me with a lot of,
Well, you guys did a bang-up job.
Thank you.
You
Thank
really
you
did.
much.
And
we hope to top that this year.
awesome.
So
You doing the confetti cannons this year?
well, I was hoping to do a two-person water balloon slingshot, like Lollapalooza.
Very cool.
That would be, when those balloons go 400 feet in the air and just, hit, they're airborne for like 15 seconds and they detonate on the stage in front of the. Pretty cool stuff.
Are you playing fretless?
Don't think so.
Really?
Pantsless.
Well, yeah. That has yet to be determined.
Well, we were talking about Death Clock.
We're trying to find a sock big enough.
Their bass player, William Murderface,
Yes.
is known to play pantsless.
Pantsless? Huh.
And at certain parts of the set, raised the bass.
Oh, wow, okay.
Well, I believe they've already had to talk with you.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, they had a talk with me.
Okay. This year.
A little talking to.
A good talk.
Well, I told you I have to sign in blood. I'm
I know.
still healing.
You didn't have to sign any waivers, right?
No. I was all right.
You guys are on good behavior.
We actually are known for, the Luthervillains are a fairly well-behaved band.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, we save our shenanigans for band practice and afterwards and whatnot, but we tend to be...
Not break time?
Not well.
Well.
It's all well and good, but yeah, we've got some new songs in store that we're gonna crush hopefully at Stanstock, and really looking forward to it. We got 4 people singing now out of 5.
Yeah,
So-
that's awesome. Who's the odd man out? Drummer.
actually, no, it's Stu, our rhythm guitar player.
Really?
Yes. Yeah, but I think he can actually sing. We just never got
You
to
should
it.
make him.
We probably should.
He'd be like the council.
You can't make him. My drummer should sing. He's got a great voice.
Right.
Won't do it. Knows all the words, which is more than I do.
Right. Our drummer Pete, he does a really good job with Mick Jagger and John Cougar, and he sings the Ramones, stuff like that in that genre. He's got his niche of things where he sounds really good, so that's what he covers.
Right.
I have a few leads myself. I think I sing probably 7 or 8 leads, and I have a baritone voice. I do the low stuff, Lagrange.
Right.
That's right in my wheelhouse. I tend to project really well when I'm
You can
down
get
low.
down there?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The older I get, and
The easier it gets.
hey baby, you know what I'm talking about. But I do some Skinnerd and a few other things, some REM. But Dan does the 75% of all the male vocal leads.
Right.
And then we worked in Amy. We're going to try to get up to about 10 songs very shortly.
Awesome.
So.
Awesome.
Yep. So it's going to be
So let me do some math here. You're playing from 1:15 to 2:15. And then Rob is on from 2:30 to 3:30.
Correct.
And then you're, or is that right? Is it 15 minutes?
Yes, there is.
Okay, so then you're on with Leather and Lace at 3:45.
Correct.
For an hour set,
Right.
doing the Stevie Nicks
Right.
tribute show.
That's correct.
Awesome. Awesome.
So, and then
just drink plenty of water.
I will, and then I'm gonna go home and crash for a couple hours before the gig we have later on that night.
Take a nap.
I won't want to because there's going to be so many more cool bands there,
and you'll be adrenalized too.
Right.
Yeah.
Naps, you can't plan a nap; they happen.
Right.
all by themselves.
Yeah.
So I have a serious question for you.
Yes, sir.
Raw onions or fried onions?
Fried.
How do you fry them on a grill?
Put down foil.
Foil. I would say foil. Yeah.
Butter.
A little oil.
Yeah, little oil, little butter. Not too much.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't get it too greasy.
All right. We're going to have some. We should have had burgers tonight.
Mm-hmm. We should all, once the show's over, I'll treat everybody to Five Guys if you want.
443-216-9975 is the phone number. If you have a cheeseburger story, please call it.
It's Amy.
Okay.
How's the chat room looking? All quiet there?
We got 6 people in there.
I don't care how many people are there. Anybody talking?
Yeah. Amy is talking.
Amy!
And somebody just said hi to her.
Hello, Amy Stroh. How are you?
Hi, Amy. We're looking forward to hearing you at Stanstock 2015 this year. She didn't say anything.
Give her a chance, man. By God.
Okay.
Let her get her wireless mic hooked up. Then
She may have,
that's
may
right.
have been
There's like
chatting.
a 2-minute delay before.
She is in the chat room.
Sorry.
Yeah, you can
It's all
call
good.
in as well, Amy. We're very friendly here.
So.
Who is?
Our guest
Just what in the hell do you think you're doing?
I'm trying to sweet talk the girl into calling.
Oh, I know. Okay. That's okay.
So do you have weird news?
Oh, I have some weird news.
Because we've been...
I revived the weird news segment.
Well, I hope
because
you
we've had
refined it.
so many
also.
requests.
So
I remember this. I remember this from last year. The weird news
to bring it back.
Yeah.
And I just hope it cuts the mustard or passes muster. Passes gas.
Cuts the cheese.
Cuts the cheese, right.
From those burgers.
Yeah, it really is. It's another burger segue.
Another burger segue. There's Swiss.
Yeah, Swiss works.
I love Swiss.
Actually, I like the way it melts.
Yeah.
I like
it melts really cool.
It melts really nice.
Mm-hmm. And what's your cheese of choice?
Well, for a burger, I'd probably do probably mozzarella or provolone.
Mozzarella?
Yeah.
We got somebody calling.
Hey, is it Amy?
I don't know. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Is this Amy?
Yes, it is.
Thank you for calling.
Yeah.
Hello, Amy. How are you?
All right, I heard you guys are a bunch of nice.
Nice what?
Nice what?
Nice meaning I can call in.
Oh
yeah,
yes,
that's
absolutely.
We'll be on our best behavior for you, Amy.
Love our callers, long time. So you're going to be singing with the Luthervillains at Stanstock this year.
Looking forward to it.
As we are as well.
Mm-hmm.
That would make her a villainess, though.
Yeah, that's what we had to hold this.
I am. I'm the villainess now.
Yes.
I'm also the 5th Luther villain.
Right.
The villainess. How's that working out for you?
I love it.
Aw.
She's really very talented at different styles of singing, whether it be something more mellow like the Pretenders or something more, with a lot of power like Evanescence, things like that. She can really cover it. So
I know. She's
Yeah.
got
Amy, who do you
wide
like
spectrum.
to do best when you are covering a song? You have a particular artist you favor?
I'm kind of a chameleon, but I would say Heart.
Okay.
Yep.
Miss Wilson.
That's a
I
lot to
love Ann
belt.
Wilson.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Ann Wilson, I'm going to watch the Ann Wilson thing on the 9th in Annapolis.
What is that?
Fill us in.
Fill us in.
Ann Wilson is doing a bunch of stuff apart from Heart, and she's in Ranside, Annapolis on the October 9th and 10th.
Really?
Sold out.
Oh,
I'm gonna be watching that.
Oh, I have no doubt it's sold out.
I'm sure.
Wow, I had no idea she was coming around. That's awesome.
Oh, that is.
It's called the Ann Wilson Thing.
Thing?
The Ann Wilson Thing.
I love it. Love it. Love
It's
it.
good stuff.
Well, cool.
Yep.
So these guys been working you to death on rehearsing?
They're doing a lot of stuff. I'm even in a lot of the songs just doing harmonies. People may or may not notice, but it definitely adds something.
Right. It does when we can get like some of the third part harmonies and stuff, and I do some falsetto over top of Dan, but I really do have a limited range when it comes to that kind of thing. I'm unable to hit some of the things, and she comes in and nails it like it's nobody's business, and it just puts a big smile on my face. I love that.
Everybody's singing above me in Pretenders, though.
That's true. I do sing above you in Pretenders.
Well, Bob speaks very highly of your addition to the group, and he tells us that you guys are working more and more material in, and it's really nice to hear the range and the spectrum of material that you're bringing into the group. It's a powerful asset to the group.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much.
We look forward to seeing you.
Well, thank you very much.
Cool. Thank you.
Yep.
Was that a buzzsaw? Was that a chainsaw in the background? You're not sawing anything,
I'm out standing on the street because my phone does not work in my house.
Right. You told me that.
No wonder you
And
sound a little breathless. I just have to run outside.
Ah. Okay.
I thought you were doing the dishes or something.
I'm a kid for that.
Yep.
Barefoot and...
Well, I appreciate the call. Thank you for calling in, Amy. It's very cool to hear from you, and we're so much looking forward to October 17th.
Well, thank you so much.
We'll see you on the asphalt at
guys
McAvoys.
Cool.
Definitely. Amy, you take care. We'll talk again real soon.
All right, take care. Likewise.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Cool. Amy Stroh.
Yes. Amy Stroh.
The Luthervillains.
Named the beer after her.
Amy?
Stroh's.
Oh.
Yeah, I was just...
What am I new?
I don't know if
Amy beer.
Luthervillains, I don't know if they would fit on a beer can.
Yeah.
If you wound it around.
Yeah, you
Right.
have to go at an angle.
Or if you got one of those Foster's oil cans.
Yeah.
That would work.
I'm always thinking about beer. So.
Is there... Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so somebody in the band brews?
No, nobody
that's
in
the other. That's Hoppin.
It's my friend John Jester.
John.
So
he's a brewer.
And a jester.
Yes.
And either a hop or a barley, but we're not sure which.
Yeah.
Yeah, we shall find out.
Let's do some weird news.
Let's.
Judges ready?
Ready.
Okay. Our lead story. The Federal Aviation Administration recently granted, likely for the first time ever, an application to fly a paper airplane. Prominent drone advocate Peter Sachs had applied to conduct commercial aerial photography with his aircraft, a Taylor Toys model with a tiny propeller at a maximum range of 180 feet, and the agency, concerned with air traffic safety, accommodated by treating the request, unironically, under the rules for manned flights that, among other restrictions, Sachs must not exceed 100 miles per hour and must engage a licensed airplane pilot to fly it, for Sachs is currently licensed only for helicopters. With this grant, said the victorious Sachs, the FAA has abandoned all logic and sensibility.
Okay.
It's a weird news piece. It's not...
It's odd.
This day and age, it's maybe not as weird as it would have been 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Well,
not surprising.
Right.
In this age of drones and paperwork.
Bureaucracy. And
Electronic
There's
paperwork.
a drone right outside the window.
Is there?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, my God.
It's over there.
All right. It seems like the season of email muddles I have two stories on this. All Sherry Smith wanted was copies of background emails about her son, who has a disability, in the files of the Goodrich, Michigan school system. But the superintendent informed her in June that the Freedom of Information request would cost her $77,780 for 4,500 hours of searching, taking 2 years to complete. Michigan's Freedom of Information law was somewhat liberalized on July 1st, and Smith said she may even refile.
Okay.
Well, that's not weird. That's absurd.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we have
$77,000
for a Freedom of Information
Was
request.
it that many volumes of documentation?
And that's the thing. It's not how much they turn up. It's how much time they put into the search.
Oh, well, they might
you gotta hire
search
somebody
forever.
to read everything.
Yeah.
You think they'd hire them to read it once and they'd remember this stuff. Anyway, the second email muddle. After a McKinney, Texas police officer was filmed pointing his gun at unarmed black teenagers at a pool party in June, the online Gawker Media filed a Public Information Act request for the officer's records and any emails about his conduct. The city estimated that requests cost $79,229, hiring a programmer for 2,231 hours searching plus computer time. Gawker said it would appeal.
Is this the same city?
No.
No, that's
Oddly
just
enough.
something in the $70,000 range.
Yeah,
is
those
just
two amounts are very
standard.
close.
Yeah. Well, that's about what it costs. You try to get a Freedom of Information Act on UFOs. Freedom of Information request.
Well, I thought that you wouldn't need to because you have an encyclopedic knowledge about them.
I do. So I don't need to file. Anyway. Moving on, the power of prayer. The streets of Jackson, Mississippi apparently have potholes that rival the worst in the country, but without adequate budget to fix them, according to Mayor Tony Yarber. His remedy, offered earnestly to constituents in August, prayer. I believe we can pray potholes away. Yarber, elected in 2014, was the pastor of the Relevant Empowerment Church, which is closely affiliated with Our Lady of Perpetual Motion.
Our Lady of the Inadvertent Flatulence.
Yes. All right, here. All right, this might redeem, and it might not. Names in the news. Charged with choking and punching his fiancée, Mr. Daniel Gentleman, 28, of Prescott, Arizona, in May. Charged with killing her husband and burying his body in a manure pile on their farm, Ms. Charlene Mess.
MESS?
Yes. 48, of Attica, New York, in April. Charged with sexual assault, Mr. Huckleberry Finn, Keene, New Hampshire, in July, and prominent in the news, confusingly so, when the Food and Drug Administration approved the so-called female Viagra drug Adayi in August. FDA spokesperson Dr. Janet Woodcock.
Oh my God.
You can't make this stuff up.
Well, it's like that book called Under the Bleachers by Seymour Heine.
Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go.
Oh, well, you do know that Darth Vader recently married, didn't you?
No.
Yeah, he married a really nice woman named Alla.
Alla?
Yeah.
Elevator.
Elevator.
Love in an elevator.
We'll be right back.
Want to hear about what's going on in the music scene in Central Maryland? Check out Shockwave Magazine. They've got their finger on the musical pulse and are available online at www.shockwavemagazine.com. Shockwave Magazine features great interviews, reviews, and articles on the music and artists that are happening now. Check them out online or at fine musical outlets in the area. Shockwave Magazine.
Oh, that's funny.
I think I do that to every girl I meet named Amanda, and there's a bunch of them.
And we're back.
Okay, and Amy's mentioned from the chat room that we missed one of her jokes.
What was it? What did we miss?
Okay, whenever Steptoe said to her, I thought you were doing the dishes, she said, no, that's why I have kids.
Oh, I got
That went
that.
right over everybody's head. Nobody caught it.
Oops.
Sorry, Amy. Sorry, kids.
It
It's all
happens.
good. It's all good.
You can listen to this show and indeed all of our Real-Time Music Network archives on our website, rt-music.net, or subscribe to our podcasts on iTunes, or directly through your RSS feed on our website, whatever the heck that is. You can call into our show, 443-216-9975. Please like us on Facebook at rtmusic.net, or follow us on Twitter at rtmusicnet. Or you can check out on our YouTube's channel, after the conclusion of this episode, the Fly on the Wall video of
This great new
our show.
feature.
And you'll also get to hear all the stuff that we were talking about when the microphones were off earlier.
Ouch.
Ouch.
Hey, I want to say hi to my friend Michael Crane, who's listening.
I'm sorry, we don't have time to do that.
Okay, I won't say hi to him then.
We can't say hi to Michael Crane, who's listening. This week. I tell you what, we'll probably have time next week.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So, for Michael, if you're listening now, tune in next week and we'll say hi to you.
Okay.
Right. Sounds
Definitely,
good?
Mike.
So, which way are you strung now? You're strung the way you're supposed to be now, right?
Yes, I am strung correctly left-handed.
You know he started out the way I play,
Right.
which is
And
wrong.
found it too odd.
No. I'll let him answer.
Yes.
I started playing bass in about 1985. I was 14, 15 years old. And I took a right-handed bass and I just flipped it upside down, like Lee did in the beginning. And I rolled with that for 20 years. It worked okay with what I was doing. And then I got to a point where I was looking at YouTube and seeing people like Les Claypool and Victor Wooten and other amazing bass players. I could go on and on. And that whole slap and pop thing, you can't do it correctly if your strings are upside down.
You sure can.
No. And so I said to him, I had a big old midlife crisis about the whole thing when I was about 35 years old, and I sold all my right-handed stuff and I bought some left-handed stuff, and
never turned it around.
Never turned it around. So
what's the reason you can't do the slap and pop if it's strung that way? No,
it's the positioning of the low string and the high string.
Okay.
When you have it correctly, the low E is up top. Or in my case, the B, because I'm, 5-string and making it even more difficult. And then so you hammer on with your thumb, and then you pull away with your finger, which is in a position 2 strings above that, to get an octave, or whatever note you may be doing. So boom, bap, boom, bap. It's right there for you. And if you do that with the upside down bass, you've got to invent ways to do it, because
you got to pop it with your thumb.
Right, the low string is down here with your fingers.
Right. Uh-huh.
So I learned how to do that, and I mean, it didn't apply to what I was doing at the time, which was, I was playing Pink Floyd for a long time, and other than one of these days, where you're hammering on that B,
right?
But it was just my own thing, and I wanted
to expand your scope.
Exactly, I was kind of stagnant.
Okay, now this is a question, because you mentioned earlier about your YouTube videos, the YouTube things that you did, where I'm taking it that it was an instructional thing,
somewhat
or demonstration.
Yeah, it was some of that stuff. Once I got the left-handed basses going, it was like I was like a kid in a candy store. I finally could do things right, and I was already 36 years old, so I wasn't a teenager learning. I was like, I got to kind of make up for lost time, and that was my line of thinking. And I learned how to play a few things, by Cliff Burton, one of my early bass heroes. And I figured out a little bit of Primus here and there, and just put some of that stuff up and put a million tags on the videos. Some of them took off.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. That's what I say from an instructional standpoint. I could never. I mean, I studied music theory. I know a little bit about composition, more about music theory in general. But as far as mechanics of being able to teach, I could never take on any students because I played wrong.
Right. I totally get it.
Yeah.
Totally get it.
So being a left-handed person and putting a properly strung guitar video out, did you get people who are left-handed who may not be able to make that transition? You know what I mean? As far as giving lessons and...
Yes. There was some instructional stuff I did. Not too much. It was more just I was putting my stuff out there.
Right, just taking on what you could do.
Right. And there were several left-handed bass players who responded, I'm glad to see this from a lefty.
Yes.
That kind of thing. And I've been... one guy, a friend, I'll call him a friend. He says he's a fan, but he's a friend. Okay. He's a guy in Scotland. Yeah. A young guy named Ian, and he's been. He saw me post something on one of the bass player Facebook pages,
right?
And he's like, "You're Mr. 5-String Bob, aren't you?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he thanked me for stuff that he was able to, I guess,
pick up from
what I did, and only because I was doing it left-handed.
Have you ever considered doing lessons or giving lessons?
I have considered it
specifically for left-handed people.
Not specifically for left-handed people, but that's a good idea. That may be because there's probably more of us out there than we realize.
Yeah, because they don't frown on it as much as they did back in the Middle Ages,
right? And you can buy, like the Schecter company. It's very easy to get a left-handed bass from Schecter.
There's a guy with a left-handed Schecter at the Hamden Fest.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was like, what kind of bass is that, Henry? He said, well, you don't see many of them because it's a Schecter, and that's like a metal guitarist.
Right.
And bass players didn't, but it was probably because it was left-handed that it was still in use.
I've owned 3 of them. One of them I sold, but I have my fretless 5-string, the one that you've seen before, the mahogany one.
Right.
I also have a newer one. It's the Riot 5 model. It was a little bit more expensive, but it's upgraded. 18 volt with the EMG pickups and the three band EQ. It's a monster. Love it. So.
Yeah, but you got to replace the batteries all the time.
I know. It's a pain in the ass. So, but I bring 2 basses to every show just for that. I've had a couple basses upgraded by Mike Forrester.
Is he the best?
Oh God, he's awesome.
Because I got that jazz bass that Jeff Walensky turned me on to, and the neck had like a half a twist in it. I took it to Mike. I actually ran into him at the ice cream store, but that's a whole nother story. I said, can you look at my bass? I got a recording session in 2 days.
Right.
Like, yeah. Boom. Straighten it right out.
Gotcha.
Straighten out my crooked uncle.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Had a twist.
It had but it only had a twist on one side of the neck. The other side of the neck was straight.
Okay.
And how he ironed that out, I don't know.
He's very, very good at what he does.
Yeah.
He put what did he put? I have a Jazz. He put a Babix bridge on it and I got Nordstrand pickups. And he put copper shielding in the volume pots to cancel the 60 cycle hum.
That's what I need to get done.
And on my Yamaha bass, I got even more work done. The same Babix bridge, Bartolini's, and a Bartolini 18 volt preamp. So that thing is a beast.
So you had that discussion before. You decided against the badass bridge.
Yeah. Just honestly, I knew that either one would be fine. The Babix, it's like a big chrome grill. It sticks out
because
more.
it's sexier looking.
Right. Okay. That's the only reason. So
I can dig it. I totally understand.
You got to grasp when you're a bass player.
What's the phone number for this show again, Lee?
443-216-9975.
All right, we'll see if we can get the person who sparked the cheeseburger comment.
What, are you calling in?
No.
Oh.
No, I'm not calling in.
Oh, Meredith?
Yeah, let's see if she can get her to call in.
In the next 10 minutes?
Well, you never know. Maybe she's putting the twins to bed. Who knows?
That could be. That could be.
She might have eaten too many cheeseburgers.
Move for her to do that,
I know.
To just, it's like a confession, a true confession. She'd never made cheeseburgers before.
That's, yeah.
And she has 2 kids.
Yeah, right. Probably a master at Mac.
And this is probably her now.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah. Is this the cheeseburger lady?
Yes, it is.
Awesome. We were just remarking as to how brave you must be to put it out there to the whole world that that's your first attempt at cheeseburgers.
That's my first edible cheeseburger. I've tried one time before, and everything fell apart.
Well, I got to tell you, they were beautiful.
Yes, they looked very good, Meredith. How are you doing this evening?
I'm good, guys. How are you?
Fantastic. We've been having the cheeseburger discussion on and off all evening.
Yeah, I was kind of roasted for my cheese, and, I wasn't quite prepared, so I need to know the proper cheese to put on the next one.
We had actually a fairly in-depth discussion about that.
It's personal taste.
It's personal taste, of course, but
meltability has a lot to do with it.
Right.
I mean, I like gorgonzola.
Right. That's the stinky stuff that tastes so damn good.
Exactly.
Right.
And Bob prefers either mozzarella or provolone.
Right.
Really?
But I'll go with Swiss, too.
Yeah,
Swiss is really good.
Swiss might be the best melter out of all the above.
Absolutely.
Yep.
It melts and binds.
Yep.
It's a nice, firm cheese.
It's like a
Are you
net.
guys into the bacon as well?
Oh my God! I just
bacon,
bacon,
Eat the pig.
So we were kind of hoping that you'd whip up a batch for us this evening, but maybe we'll do that another time.
Oh, I'm just, I was sitting here listening to the Ravens and listening to the Luthervillains, and I just got taken away with the music. I didn't have a chance. Sorry, guys.
Well, that's okay. We can do it next time. That's for sure.
Absolutely, I'd be happy to see you guys.
So life is good, huh?
Life is good.
Oh,
Can't complain.
You sound terrific.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Well, and it shows. Like I said, to come out there and to show your bushes on Facebook.
You should see. I have been watering my bush nonstop, and my bush is it's growing beautifully.
Oh, that's awesome. That's glad to hear.
I'm taking it back to the old school. I'm taking it back to the 70s. I love a full bush.
Yeah,
so
there's nothing wrong with that.
To get to that point.
I think, I think a fuller bush is kind of coming more back into vogue.
It's retro chic to do that. Love it.
I'm kind of getting frustrated though because it's a waiting period, and I want the bush to grow already.
Yeah,
and it's a waiting game.
It's like a watched kettle. It won't boil. You can't watch the bush.
All of a sudden, one day you'll wake up and your bush will have exploded.
Where have we gone?
Oh, the pain.
No, but that's a lovely topiary you've got there.
Thank you. I'm getting a lot of compliments on it, too.
I have no
doubt. Out there for the world to see because I'm not shy, guys.
No,
you're
not.
Aren't.
You aren't.
That's what we appreciate.
We do appreciate that, Meredith.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well.
Thanks, guys.
Okay. No, there's also the issue of onions that we had a brief discussion about. Fried or do you do onions with your burger?
I like caramelized onions.
Okay. I think that's pretty much universal. Some people put them inside the meat.
Yeah, I don't like that. I'd like the option.
I do as well.
I don't like being force-fed onions.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when
I don't think I like my burger stuffed with stuff. I just like to put the stuff on top and eat it real
meat.
nice.
Now, do you use a binding agent?
No.
Ah.
That's why your burgers fell apart,
right?
if that was your problem.
Well, breadcrumbs, not so much. I was thinking
they don't bind.
an egg.
They egg yolk.
Yeah.
That's... I remember when my mom would make she would knead the meat and everything in a bowl the old school way, and my mom would make some awesome burgers like that.
Yep.
So
nice.
And you cook this on a charcoal grill or a gas grill?
You guys are so funny.
I mean, a frying pan?
No, it's called a broiler.
A broiler. You can do that. I guess you can do that, right?
You
Sure.
could.
I did.
Wasn't it?
I have.
But you're the one who had the lack of success, so maybe the broiler had something
this
to
time
do with it.
was very successful.
Maybe we can try George Foreman Grill next time.
Yes, now we're talking.
Maybe.
That'll work.
Okay.
Look, I'm open for options.
Awesome.
We'll have a summit.
Well, Meredith, you don't live too far from me, so next time you cook up some, give me a shout and I'll come on over.
Yeah, excuse me, where was my burger? Because I remember you had a cookout last week, and I don't have one. From that one.
Oh, that was the story I told you. That's right. Never mind. Yeah, that was from...
Bob made me drool over Facebook because I'm like, I want a burger now.
You next time you come over, Meredith, when I discover baby rabbits in my backyard again, and you bring the girls over to see them, I will cook you up an awesome burger. How about that?
We're going to have a
or
party.
a bunny.
It's going to be called Bunnies and Burgers.
Bunnies and burgers.
Lee, I have 3 dogs.
Yes.
And I discovered that it was like the 3rd time since we lived there, a rabbit had babies in my backyard, which is not very smart.
Bunny burgers.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Rabbits aren't known for their intelligence.
And so I did what I could to protect them. I built this little hutch thing with chicken wire and
cool.
some stakes. I didn't want to touch them, and I also didn't want the dogs to...
You are quite the handy one.
A little bit here and there. So I put a picture on Facebook, and Meredith brought her kids over to see it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Bunny
But
visitation?
you had to go hold the bunny.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I had to.
Right.
So he was cute.
Just like my
Very cute.
chicks this weekend.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Peep.
Yeah.
Well, Meredith, thank you for calling in. We so appreciate it, and we appreciate you. We love you, and you're just awesome. Keep on posting what you post, and
yes.
And
I love you guys, and thank you guys for bringing this up and bringing attention to my very minimal cooking skills. Greatly appreciate that.
Oh, no problem. We're happy to
dragging you
provide a
across
public
the
service
public holes.
And now it's time for
on the grill.
Marcy to hit the hay because I have traffic reports at 6 a.m.
Right on.
All right.
Meredith.
Right on, boys.
Okay.
Good night, Meredith.
Good night.
Thank you for calling in.
Have a good one, guys.
Okay. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye. Meredith Marks.
The
God,
voice.
Yeah, she's awesome.
She is a doll.
Yep.
She's a doll.
Aren't they going to be introducing every single band?
I think the Bay is very deeply entrenched in Stanstock 2015 this year, and I'm sure Meredith is the good sport that she is. Is going to be in there. I'm certain of it. I think the whole gang's going to turn out for this one.
I remember when I was a member of several species, she went through me to be the one to introduce us on stage a few years back at Pier 6.
Yeah.
And as she left the stage, she'd give me a big old spank on the butt.
Yeah.
Right in front of like 3,000 people. It was wonderful.
She got up. She and Brillhart got up and sang "Raised on the Radio" with us.
Nice. At Pier 6?
No, not at Pier 6. At Rams Head Live.
Okay.
Back in April.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And you know what else? She was really good too.
Oh, okay.
She was really good.
So
she could cook.
Now
she can sing. She can do the hell out of traffic.
Oh yeah,
has kids.
And as a truck driver, I completely appreciate that.
Oh yeah, for real, for real.
She's things she said on the radio have allowed me to detour and get my work done.
Right on.
So.
Well, we're just about out of time. Bob, thank you again for coming in and sharing your world and your life with us and what's going on with the Luthervillains. I'm so sorry.
It's all good, Lee.
My Freudian slip is showing.
Villains.
Yeah, Luthervillains.
The Luther Vandrossians, yeah.
So you can catch the scaled down duo on Thursday night at the Still.
Yes, September 24th.
September 24th is Thursday, and be sure and catch the whole ensemble on October 17th at Stanstock 2015, McAvoys in Parkville. 2 days, Friday, Saturday, Friday, Saturday, outdoor and indoor stage, 25 artists, over 100 musicians, dozens and dozens of loving and huggable volunteers.
Absolutely.
And for two very, very worthy causes. So
Yes,
we appreciate your support. Thank you for supporting live music and for independent and original music. And we'll see you at Stanstock.
Absolutely. I cannot wait.
It's going to be a blast.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Thank you, brother.
Yep.
And Septo, as usual.
Happy autumnal equinox.
Oh, that's right. Is that now?
Midnight.
Whoa, midnight. Get me an egg, quick.
The 23rd. The 23rd.
We don't change the clocks, do we?
No.
Okay.
Just
good.
The celestial bodies.
All the planets will be lined up.
Exact time.
Over to fall.
At the exact time of fall, you can stand an egg on its end.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, it works for
go
about
ahead.
for about 20 seconds.
Go ahead
I've
with
done
your
it before.
bad self.
I'm for real, and it could be a raw.
Wow.
egg, too. Yeah. It does work. It has something to do with like the rotation of the Earth.
I know that when you go to the southern hemisphere and you flush a toilet, it swells the other way.
The other way. You got that from your guy from the band who was down there.
From Stu, yeah.
Hey, you know what I noticed? Anyhow, Jeff, thank you for what you do for pushing the right buttons as opposed to my pushing the wrong buttons. And once again, if you see a musician out and about in town, out town, around town, see him across the street, go on over across the street, give him a hug.
And $1.
And or $1 if in Steptoe's case.
And or
$10.
Make it a Hamilton.
Pay him for the pizza and get him off your porch, right?
That's the bass player.
Yeah.
All right, we will see you all next week.
Cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger. Bye-bye.
Milton. Hi. Could you turn that down just a little bit?
Well, I was told that I could listen to the radio at a reasonable volume from 9 to 11.
Yeah, no, I know you're allowed to. I was just thinking maybe like a, personal favor.
Well, I told Bill that if Sandra's going to listen to her headphones while she's falling, then I should be able to listen to the radio while I'm collating. So I don't see why I should have to turn down the radio because
all right, okay.
I enjoy listening at a reasonable volume.
Thanks.
From 9 to 11.